everybody, and welcome to another Windsurf video blog from the Netherlands. Christopher already went home. Today is Sunday. The forecast looks absolutely amazing, and I will be on the mission to find a really nice spot to enjoy a really good session. Have a look, guys. This is what the forecast says, and this to me looks like absolute perfection. It's a little bit later in the day, but this gives us enough time to find the right place. The weather is even better than yesterday. I've never had 30 degrees in the Netherlands, and the first spot I will drive to is, I guess, the so-called Wimpy, and it's right next to where I'm staying, and it is already starting to get really windy, I see. Let's see if we have any wind here at all.
The spot is named after the local restaurant called the Wimpy, and it's located on the east side of the Veerse Meer with a really nice access to the water.
So I must say this place is incredibly full of campers. I've never seen the place like this. Been here already a few times. It's really nice because the way to the water is so quick. But this looks not enough for any windsurfing. One guy on a duotone is out there. The wing foilers are going, which is nice already. And the wakeboarding is also working. This, of course, is not what I'm here for. So we will drive to the next spot. And I also know it's still a bit of time to go until the real wind comes. But I'm tempted to almost say I'm ready for a 2-session day. And I want to make the most of it. So yeah, let's go to the next one. And over there, I think I see a dark line in the water. Maybe we are lucky.
I don't know the name of this spot, but it's very close to the Wimpy and mostly used by the locals who, at least from what I saw there, come there after work and enjoy their session without all the tourism stress. There is no restaurant or such here, so this is just about the windsurfing.
Very surprised. What a nice spot. Parking on this little grass island in the middle of the road. Apparently parking is free.
The wind slowly picked up during the day, but it was not fully there yet, so I decided it was time to explore the next spot.
So this spot is absolutely fantastic, but I will explore but I will go and explore one more spot now because the wind is not fully there yet. But yeah, I think I might come back to this one for today's session. Let's go to the next one. It's on the other side of the pond here, next to the dam.
Unfortunately, I also don't know how this spot is called where I'm driving to now, but it is located right in between the North Sea and the Veerse Meer, where the big dam separates the both. It's a really crazy landscape, as you can see, and you drive along the dam on this road, and then right in the corner is where you find this tiny parking place.
I think it's starting. And this right here, I don't know how this spot is called, but there might even be more windsurfers here already out on the water, and the water is completely dead flat, and I'm coming from right over there. So this is where you apparently rig, and this is where the people go in and out. It's a lot later during the day and the place has fully woken up, and I will now get my equipment ready and see how I get out here. And yeah.
I will now take you with me on my little windsurf adventure here. As you can see, I drove to the second spot, and yeah, right when I arrived, all the locals were super friendly, had lots of nice conversations. So big thanks for this really warm welcome there.
You know where the least oysters are? I have no shoes.
Yeah, I was shocked. There were so many slalom riders there, and the level already on the beach looked really, really high just from seeing what equipment they are using and the fins and everything. And yeah, then I was barefoot. I got a lot of complaints from the locals who told me I will injure myself, but unfortunately I didn't have shoes with me, so I just went. And as soon as I got out there, I got greeted with magnificent conditions. It was perfect wind. It was already quite late now in the day. I think this is around 7 p.m. and yeah, it was still really bright, and I was going back and forth and warming up a little bit for what at this point I didn't know was to come in just a few moments. So this is when it started. I spotted the duotone rider. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry, I'm so bad with names, so I probably forgot all the names of the people that I met that day. Doesn't mean I don't like you all, it's just I have a bad time remembering names. As you can see now, leeward of me, I think that is the duotone rider, and that is the first other slalom rider yeah, that I was battling a little bit with out on the water, and this interaction still felt okay for me because I felt like, yeah, my speed was quite good, I was doing nice, and slowly but surely the wind picked up more and more. By this point I was now yeah, I would say really well powered on my 7.4. My fin was a little bit too small. I have a 36 centimeter fin. I'm on the 116 dark horse, and now the madness started when I met the new Pride rider. I think the name was Jeroen. I'm sorry if I say it wrong, or if I say the name wrong, but I saw the guy and I was like, ah, no problem, I'm gonna go below him, I'm probably faster, I overtake him. But then I realized that the level at this spot is just insanely high. I don't know if it is because these people are so well tuned in at the spot, or if these are all I don't know what is going on there, to be honest. But I was going full power, and you will see in a moment I got really slowly overtaken, and I didn't expect that. And on this run I think Jeroen caught a weird chop in the end, but we kept on battling throughout the entire day, and during the day it got, or during the evening better to say, maybe it got more and more slalom riders out there. So from this moment on it was just full power pushing for the entire rest of the session. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe to not miss any of the future videos. Really helps my work here on YouTube. And of course, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Always a lot of work to make these videos happen, and I really appreciate your feedback. Now here you can see me with the next guy on S2 Maui and FMX, which is already like a niche combo. So when I see that on the water, I usually expect good speeds, because yeah, you don't get this combo of race equipment if you have no clue about racing usually. Jibes, apart from this one, on this day were really good. Sometimes some of you guys are complaining that you think I can't jibe, or the boards are not jibing, because I sometimes don't show all the jibes. Guys, this is just because when I have really nice drone footage and my jibes are not spot on, I don't want to kill the flow of the video with jibes of me where I'm not planing through it. That's all. There is no conspiracy theory or anything when I don't show a jibe, so you can really relax about that. It's all fine. The gear is jibing amazingly. I can also do nice jibes, but sometimes it's not like that. And now you can see Jeroen was pushing me downwind, and this was a crazy run. Full power downwind. Yeah, I was shocked, I must say, because he just didn't stop. We were going so steep downwind that by now I'm underpowered. But yeah, I think we were on this downwind run more or less the same speed, so I felt quite good about that. But it was also super hard to get the edge on this super deep downwind run. After going like 2 kilometers downwind, it was time to go back upwind. On the upwind course, I must say, Jeroen was surely a bit faster than me. But also that, I must say, I felt really comfortable with the new dark horses. I feel like I can push really nice on steep upwind courses. That was a little bit a weakness, I think, of the previous 107. It was mega fast on the downwind, like super fast. but the upwind sometimes a little bit tough. And this was then the moment where this absolute animal of a human being came on the water. Unfortunately, I forgot the name. A really, really friendly young guy from the Netherlands, same age like me, but way more muscles than me. Also on a near pride. He was a former competition rider and he was so incredibly fast. And by now we were, I think now maybe 4 or 5 slalom riders, everybody pushing full power. And I ended up somewhere in the middle of the fleet. And this was really, really cool, I must say, because from the home spot where I come from in Germany, not used to having such a high level on the water. I'm often sailing alone at my home spot. But here, I think if I would stay here for a month or 2 and be sailing in this community, you know, you just naturally push the level higher and higher and higher. Yeah, now you can see we're sailing a little bit further up in the bay, more towards the 3rd spot that you saw me driving to. And I was expecting to get the water really flat up there, but it was still some tiny chop. But yeah, the flatter the water got, the more easy it was, of course. But even in these small interactions, like you can see here, where I feel like I'm flying really good, I had to push so hard to get even the slightest of edge. It was a really high level over there. And now it was time to take a small break. Now session number 2, it was now really late in the day, I think 9 p.m. And as you can see, the sun is still up and I'm in board shorts, and this was absolutely incredible. Here you can see me once again trying to battle it out with the, I will just call him the Dutch animal. Because he was so incredibly fast. Yeah, I didn't really have much of a chance, but yeah, then also some bad luck can happen. Somebody broke a mast. Luckily we were right there, and yeah, I'm really sorry that I forgot the name, but the Dutch animal, he got the rescue. It was all solved, and I had to windsurf to the guy's wife to tell her that it was all okay and he was intact, that rescue was coming. But actually, this turned out to be quite a story later that day, because the guy that broke the mast, he let go of his gear when he got rescued. So the gear was on the other side of the pond in the end, and his wife didn't know that he was going to get the gear with the camper van. So then at the end of that day, the wife was kind of lost at the beach, and I tried to help her to contact the guy and then her cousin, and we tried to call people. And yeah, the next day I didn't find her anymore at the spot, so I think it all turned out nice. And yeah, but this this was quite something. And now these are really the last few reaches that we did that day. It was a really nice session. I really want to say thank you to all the locals. It was so nice to be there, to talk to everybody and to windsurf with everyone. It was so nice. The spot is so cool. It was such a nice experience, and for sure one of the best sessions that I ever had in the Netherlands.